All right. Hi, chat. We're in a different scenery today, but I hope you guys all have a great day per usual. Um, Feel free, anyone, to shoot me a challenge. Let's go. I've got like 30 challenges right now. I'll hopefully get to play everyone once, but no promises. What's up, Liam? How are you doing? I hope you had a good day. Congrats on graduation. All right, we get a QGD here, so either the Tarash or this system. I started playing Bishop G5 now because this line is quite annoying, and I don't want to try and learn it. So, in this system, it's a bit easier. Also, what's up? My name is Moon. Good luck. Alright, let's go e3, play here, and hit h7. What's up, Johns? And Jian, and everyone else. I hope you guys all had a good day. This is my first time here, so if anything goes wrong, please let me know in chat. Um, but other than that, let's play some half-decent chess. Alright, the plan here is to just attack h7. And there's a cool trap that exists if they go rook e8, where white can actually pawn storm, put the knight on f3, and castle long. And it's a very fun position. I might still do that, even though he's played h6. Normally, h6, it's very difficult to pawn storm in these type of positions because black always has knight e4. But I might still try it just for fun. But yeah, what's up, Fleo? Well, it's not their call, unfortunately, Mythos. It's like a de facto thing nowadays. But what's up, Fleo, Mythos, Luca, all names that I recognize. That's awesome. I hope you guys are doing well on this Friday. And for me, it's the afternoon, but I guess for different people, it's different times. But either way, feel free to shoot me a challenge if you guys want to play a game. I've currently got 32 challenges, so this will be a minute. But I'll be streaming for as long as I possibly can to try and get as many games in. Oh, what's up, Klepto? I'm sorry, I didn't see your message when everyone else had said it. Apologies. Yeah, exactly. Also, if you guys act rowdy, no joke will just ban you. So don't be mean, chat. Let's go here and then f3, e4 at some point in time. What's up, Lorena? How are you doing? Oh, okay, it worked. Nice. Um, what's a common plan here? So I can go knight b5. I can also go for f3, e4. I can also minority attack on the queen side. There's many options to play against this QGD structure. From black's point of view, black's probably trying for c5 most of the time. If not, black might try and reroute the knight to e4 or something like that. Um, but yeah, those are all options that black has. Yeah, feel free to shoot me a challenge. New camera and new hair? Yeah. We've changed everything. Akash, I hope you're doing well. But yeah, my hair is like filled with highlights, courtesy of chat. Okay, he's going for here in 94, which I think is the more annoying of the two. So good spot by my opponent. Let's go here and let's attack this. Preferably unrated. Like if you want to play rated, you can play me, but like then I will have to stop talking and I'll have to focus on my chess, and I don't really want to do that. So I'd prefer unrated, but it's up to you. I take it we can't request a different board. No. Maybe like once every few games, if I'm playing someone that I recognize, we might play like the horsey board. But the goal here is to try and help people learn, so I have to be playing decent chess. So I don't want to play on like the 3D boards that chat always makes me play on. Apologies, Liam. Want to play? Of course, Joswan. Shoot me a challenge. I have the randomizer enabled, so it'll just randomly pick a challenge. So yeah, feel free to. You have a 1 in 32 chance of getting picked. Well, this game, and then it'll keep going down, hopefully. What's up, Hector? How are you doing? Yeah, I mean, I hang out in a lot of Twitch chats because okay, so I can take on g6 is what I've been calculating while I've been talking. Take. Wait, take. The problem is queen g7, and I don't see a response that's not queen takes g7. And that doesn't seem like a fun response, so we'll take here. And then maybe do something like that. Maybe take on c7. I like take on a7 actually, because it gets a tempi on the rook and it just yoinks a pawn. Horsey board, I will do a horsey board at some point in time. I just, maybe at the start we'll pretend like we're gonna play some great chess, and then as I start losing a bunch of games, then we'll deviate to the horsey board. I can take this now. Can I take this now? I don't think, I think I messed up because rook g7, queen h3 could be a problem. I guess I go king f1 and run, but that was a bit premature. Oh well. Yeah, you're not guaranteed a game, but I'll try to play everyone, whether it's within this 2 hour gap or afterwards. I want to try and give everyone a game. Uh, this is not good. Okay, but on rook f8, I might be able to escape with some sort of queen g7, rook g1, and just hope. I had queen g7 earlier. Oh my gosh, I had queen g7. Yeah, of course I had queen g7. I don't know why I saw it 2 moves later, but yeah, good catch, Gions. So I could have gone queen g7, removing the piece that was pinning my g-pawn, and then I just take the queen for free. Okay, he takes, so now I can go rook g1 and just trade everything off. We end up in a pawn ending. I'm up a pawn, but it's not a great pawn. Oh wait, no, I'm not even up a pawn. He can play c6, and then I can't take on a7. He just resigns instead. What? Huh. Okay. I mean, sure. Why? I guess I was gonna flag him, but GG's. Uh. Oh no, okay. 15-second rated ultra bullet? What, chat? Why? Okay. Oh, but if he doesn't move in like the next 2 or 3 seconds, I'll. Did I get a deal with Lichess? No, Joe Gambit. I had some free time and I figured I'd volunteer to play. Okay, he hasn't moved. I would be down to play, but he hasn't moved. So we have to move on, unfortunately. As much as I would love to play Rated Ultra Bullet, chat, unfortunately we're gonna have to move on. So now we go into my stream name's namesake, which is the Caro-Kann. So I don't think I'm great at many openings, but the Caro-Kann is one of them that I think I'm okay at. Um, of course, my opponent's not playing a great system here, just giving me a center pawn. Normally, you want to try and protect these pawns at all costs because otherwise, you're really not going to have much pressure. And against the Caro-Kann, pressure is everything. So we'll see. He was down time, okay, but like he wasn't losing, Liam. Like maybe I was gonna flag him, but I don't know how plausible that was. All right, we'll reroute the bishop. This is a technique that I've learned a long time ago, and I use it all the time in like Caro-Kann positions against the London a lot. Um, a lot of these different openings where I've got basically all of my pawns are on light squares, right? So I want to trade off my light squared bishop if it's possible. So this is a common idea to trade off the bishop, is to go bishop g4 to h5 to g6, and then trade it off. And the good thing is the resulting pawn structure with pawns here, here, and here, it's very hard to get perpetualed with these pawns. Because this doesn't exist and this doesn't. These are the only 3 diagonals where you can get drawn. You can't do the normal like queen f5, queen c8 stuff that exists when you just play h6. So that's a small difference. That's why I like this move. Delete the blindfold on your channel? Well, I'm not on my channel, Coco Demon. Unfortunately. Or more fortunately. I'm doing well, Robo. I hope you're doing well. Um, yeah, we're trying to play some decently educational Blitz or Hyper Bullet. There's no in between so far, but we'll see. I can go queen c7 and then bring a rook to d8. So when you don't know what to do with your rooks, you have to try and decide which rook you want to keep. So like, am I more likely? So I know one of my rooks wants to go to d8, but the question becomes, does my other rook want to go here, or does my other rook want to go here, or which side am I going to try and play on? And I think I'm more likely to play rook e8 than I am to move this rook. So I think the a rook coming to d8 makes the most sense. But I don't know. Check on your stream now, not to, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I haven't done many of my blindfold stuff. Maybe in the future. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done blindfold games. But thankfully, like Lichess has now enabled what do you call it? Like speech as one of the sound noises. So instead of the piece making like a piece noise, it can also be a person saying the move, and that makes blindfold so much easier. So I can go rook e8. If he takes on e6, I just take back, and then we have knight f8, worst case, in these type of positions. I'll use the channel points next time when you're on the channel, but opening request if white, Catalan if black Dutch. Sure. Any planned speedruns? Not in the immediate future. Um, why did you pre-move bishop takes back instead of hanging on to the bishop until the dark square is straight? Oh, right here? I'm kind of weird in the sense that I prefer knights to bishops in these type of positions. Like if I can land a knight on d5, I'm much happier than my dark squared bishop. Plus, if I take and he takes back with the knight, or if I take back with the knight, then he might take with the bishop, and then it results in an opposite color bishop ending that might be like much more difficult for me to convert than now that we have multiple. Like let's say he had taken, and if I take with the bishop and he doesn't trade, let's say he goes like bishop a3, then it's a bit easier for me to create some sort of complications with a knight for a bishop than it is in opposite color bishop positions. Because opposite color bishop positions are notoriously drawn. They're not always, don't get me wrong. Like, there's plenty of times that you can grind an opposite color bishop ending, but they're a lot harder to win than when there's some sort of imbalance. Yeah, of course. Chat, if you guys ever have any questions, most of the times your questions will be better moves than ones that I had played. Like last game where I missed queen takes g7. So feel free to pop them in chat. Like I don't mind answering any sort of questions. Um, yeah, I spend most of my stream just talking to chat. How many in queue? 38. But it's random, so you have as good odds as anyone else does to get it, Yaxter. Although personally, I'm a bit more scared of you than other people. So do I go knight d5 now? Knight d5 he can take here, and the problem is g6 is hanging. So I could go knight f8 to preempt that. Guard the e6 pawn. So that next move I can go knight d5 and hit the knight on g5. So now I'll go knight d5. And if he takes, I take back with the e pawn, I think. So that my rooks become a bit more active. I could also take with the c pawn to attack c2. There's many options. But I like taking back with the e pawn. He goes knight e4, defending his knight, which was under attack over here. I can go b5, bishop d3, knight f4, but again, I don't know if I want to be trading away this monster knight. I think I'm better off, like, moving in. Well, congrats, Mystic Miner. I don't think this is the most accurate challenge, a way to try and promote your channel. I apologize, but I, for one, do not care. So you can see 37 challenges on Lichess? Yeah, you can see plenty of them on Lichess. Okay, he's going queen f3, maybe causing some annoyances on f7, but I can go knight f6 is one option. If I do go knight f6, I have to know what to do on take d5. Because if I take back with a pawn, then all of a sudden f6 is hanging. There's just too many attackers than defenders. Another option is I recapture on f6. Or, sorry, after knight f6, take on d5, I take with the knight. Which is fine, but then on c4 I need to have a move, and I don't have one currently. So, the good thing about 5-minute chess is you can kind of think a bit more than you can in like the really fast time controls. So I might go knight e5 here and trade this off. Finally got 2,000 at bullet, congrats! If you want to play a game, there's no way for me to guarantee you a game, but there are plenty of games in the queue. I'll just keep clicking random and hopefully I'll remember people that I've played before and we can try and get, like, I think I can get through 36 challenges. I don't know if I can in 2 hours, but I'll keep the stream going even after I'm done with the Lichess portion and try and get through all of these games. But hopefully I can get everyone one game today. That's fingers crossed. What's up, Sibi Frodo? How are you doing? I can go queen c7. I can go queen f4. I like queen c7. Let's just play it safe. Like, okay, the f7 pawn is a bit of a target, but he's going to have a hard time getting the knight to either of these two squares. If the knight could miraculously get to e5, that's what I'd be working on if I was white. Like, I don't know what the fastest path to get here is, but I would want my knight to get to e5. Basically, if the knight's able to get here, then you're attacking both of my pawns, and neither of them can push to support the other one. But okay. Let's see. If he takes here, I'll take back with the c pawn. If knight c3, I go b4. And I want to just pick up the c2 pawn. As I'm sure you guys will realize as we keep playing today, there's few things I love more than free pawns. I'm someone who takes all the material that's given to me and just hopes I can survive. So like, there was no way I was not taking on c2. And I'm going to take on a2 if he lets me as well. So like rook c1, I'll take on a2. Rook a1, then I'll figure out how to get out of here. But yeah, see, like, I just like collecting pawns. I don't know if it's the most accurate way to play chess, but it's something that I've been doing over the years. Because if I'm going to lose, I might as well lose up a pawn. At least that was my logic. Let's go e4. And let's go... I mean, I should just try and flag him now, but that doesn't seem in the spirit of the game. Let's go bishop e5, hit the rook. And then next move I can go d4. If take here, I have bishop h2 check. Dang, I want to go bishop f4, but there's no way to justify it. I'll go queen b7, hit both of these two, and if he goes knight here, then I'll go queen b8. And now I want to go bishop f4. Basically, whenever your opponent's low on time, you can resort to tricks. So like if he takes this, I come back to e5 and pick up the rook. If he takes this, then I check and pick up the queen. I'm basically just playing the clock. Like, I'm playing semi-decent moves, but I'm not trying to like win the game per se. But you might not lose if you don't play. Okay, fair. But you wanna try and take as much material because at the end of the day in that game, even if it simplifies, I'm up on time and I'm up material, so it should be in my favor. But okay, I was told to play the Dutch next game I get against d4. Let's go bishop g4, pin. So the two knights is a common response now. If any of you guys in chat are Caro-Kann players, um, you have to know what to do against the two knights. And my recommendation is this bishop g4 line, and you just take on e4 whenever you can go knight f6. Like whenever you can go knight f6. So basically, I want to go knight d7, and then I want to take so that when I play knight f6, if he takes, I can take back with a knight. Because my knight being on f6 in these type of positions is incredibly important. So a lot of people prefer the DE4 lines, but there's so much theory there that like I don't know. As someone who's not like as someone who plays the Caro-Kann for its lack of theory, I don't want to try and learn it in the two knights of all things. Let's go bishop d6. Yeah, the two knights is annoying sometimes. It is one of those openings. I remember I was playing the US Junior Open in 2013, maybe 2014, and I had just broken master like a few months earlier or like a year earlier, and I was playing in this tournament, and going into the last round I was a full point behind um my opponent, and I was playing black, and he played the two knights variation against the Caro-Kann and basically just traded everything at first glance. Like I said, I play the d4 knight e4 knight f6 variation, so it immediately gave him an opportunity to just trade everything, and he did that, and then basically the game just dwindled into a draw, which was enough to secure him first. And since then, I've looked for sharper lines, but I haven't found anything. So if chat ever has any recommendations, I'm down to listen. This is an interesting move, g5, because if I go knight d7, he wants to go f4. But then I can take on d4. Okay, let's go for that. Exactly, copyright violator. Exactly. I didn't want to play on the 3D pieces with like the glass board and something like that. Instead of d4, knight f6 immediately is interesting. Okay, I'll have to look into that, coach. Is NM my first name? Of course. Okay, he goes for knight b5. Interesting. And now if I just pick up the pawn, because we've been over this chat. If you give me pawns, I will take them and then worry about it later. You play bishop g5. Yeah, that's what. Oh, I don't play that. I play instead of knight f6, I play knight d7. Jackster in that. Can I play foot on this channel? No, unfortunately, I don't want to play music. Just of the fear that it's copyrighted. But eventually, we'll play music today, badminton. Just not right now. 94, 92, queen b6. Yeah, I've been seeing this queen b6 idea becoming like way more common in Caro-Kanns. I don't know what to make of it. I can go queen f5 here, forks the c2 pawn and the h3 pawn. And worst case, it just wins me another pawn, so it's good enough for me. Like if he goes bishop g4, I pick up c2. And then if like f5, I can probably throw in an in-between check on c5 and then recapture. F5 is a very interesting move. Like this is a tactic that you guys should become accustomed with. Like bishop g4, queen c2, f5. And the point is you're cutting off the line of the defense. So it works especially well with bishops and rooks. Like more so than anything else, where you can cut off the defense for one move. And if that piece doesn't take back, then all of a sudden, like the queen's no longer protected on c2. Okay, now I'll pick up this pawn. We'll take our second pawn of the day. And now I've just got to convert this endgame. Yeah, the good thing about being up material is you can give some of it back. So for example, if you're up a piece, you can give a pawn back or things like that to try and like limit the amount of stuff. Did I know Kentucky is the only state that starts with letter K? Is it actually? I know Florida is the only state that starts with the letter F, but I didn't know about Kentucky. Okay. Do you know the capital of Kentucky, Badminton? Sorry, anyone in chat who's like not from. Wait, Kansas. Yeah, what? Do you know the capital of either of those states? Um, so I love capitals. That's like my go. Really, Badminton? I wish I had the power to just time you out at least. Unfortunately, I don't. But hopefully, can I? Maybe I'll figure it out next time. What is this chess theme? It is. If you guys want me to change the theme, you guys are more than welcome to. It's green plastic, but yeah, if you guys have something that you think is more pleasant or whatnot, feel free to just let me know. As long as it's not like copyright violator, because I'm not taking his suggestions. Apologies, Mr. Violator, but like I'm not playing on 3D light mode, whatever. It's not happening. Is this it? I don't know. I'll check it out. Okay, now rook c2 is the idea. Okay, rook c2 is still the idea. If he goes rook f2, I take and go here and win the bishop. Ah, you should have moved your king. He was already attacking my knight. He doesn't have to threaten to trade rooks as well. What's up, Killane? How are you doing? All right, let's go. Random challenge. Cartman's Ghost. Is this a South Park reference? It might be a South Park reference. I think Cartman's the only like main character who the horsey board. How I want to do the horsey board at some point in time, but I also want to try and be instructive, and I think it's hard to be instructive with the horsey board. So maybe maybe the next game we'll do with horsey board. Okay? And then after that we'll go back to like a normal board. But we'll go e4 or maybe knight f3. I forget what this opening is called, but it's very annoying to play against. This knight c6 e5 stuff. I think what I've been doing normally, if I don't like absentmindedly play c4, is I've started playing e4 here and just not touching my c pawn. So I'll play e4. If they go e5, then I'll play for f4. So I'll go d5, knight will move back, and then I'll go g3, f4. That type of setup I found to be quite good. But this game I forgot and just played c4 anyways. Let's go here. There's no trick like this, thankfully, because that would have been bad. You can play with the shape piece set? No. I apologize to the Lichess devs, but the shape piece set is like every time someone suggests it, I end up just playing blindfolded because I don't understand it. At least the horsies kind of make sense, but I don't know. How am I doing? I'm doing well, Pedro. I hope you're doing well as well. I hope you guys are all having a great day. We're trying to play some like decent chess. I know I'm not the strongest player that's been on Lichess plays, but let's see if chat can get any scalps. We can go knight b5, bishop b6 probably. Yeah, let's go for that. How many challenges do you have? 41. But I'm gonna try and get through all of them. It might not be within the next like hour and a half, but worst case, we'll continue the stream over on my channel, and I'll try to get through every single one of them. But we'll see, chat. It might be mangas. You're very good at openings. Okay. What line do you want me to play, Pedro? If we do get a game, chat, and you guys want me to play a particular variation against you, just let me know. Just be like, hey, play this. Um, and I'll be happy to. Wait, is that Polish? Fleo? I don't know languages. You know this. I can barely speak English, chat. I guess I speak a bit of Spanish, and my mother tongue is Tamil, but like I very rarely play Tamil. Or very rarely? Very badly speak Tamil. That's what I meant to say. Try bubblegum. I don't know though. With white, okay, but like wait till we're closer to the game. Or if you see that you're playing me, Pedro, I'll accept it. Because I won't remember. Okay, play the Bong Cloud? I don't know. Do I speak Telugu? Badminton, if I spoke Telugu, I would have listed it in the languages that I speak. Why would I speak these three languages and also others that I didn't mention? Yes, Polish? Okay. Can I play the classical? Okay, chat. When we get to the game, I'm not going to remember this whatsoever, unfortunately. You know Tamil? Nice. I can't read or write it, so. Irish? No. Wait, is there an Irish different thing? Do I have the Lichess chat on? No. I just have the Twitch chat for Lichess. I don't have like the in-game chat. What's my system against the F3 Caro? I play Queen B6. And I think Queen B6 is pretty good because you don't open the F file. I think the reason why people play fantasy is to create some nonsense on the F file. You're from Ireland. That's awesome. I've never been to Ireland. I want to go to Europe, but most specifically like the United Kingdom and Ireland. Like I want to try and visit all of those places. You're from Portugal. It's awesome. Yeah, so for chess I've been to South America, so I've been to Colombia and I've also been to the UAE, but never Europe. So I can go f4 here, but I guess he's trying to reroute his knights to these two squares. So I could go e4, but then knight g4, and then I have to decide on how to guard f2, which could be problematic. How do you have the board like this? So there's a website you can go to called like Extend Lichess, I think, and that should let you do that. You're from South America, or South Africa. I'm blind. South Africa is dope. When I was learning capital, South Africa drove me insane because it seemed like every day when I Googled it, it would give me a different answer for the capital of South Africa. And apparently they've got like three different capitals that all have like different purposes. Have I ever been to Canada? I've been to like Niagara Falls, the Canada side, but we went there for like 20 minutes badminton and then we went back to New York or wherever the connection is. So not for long. Three capitals, yeah. They've got, oh gosh, Pretoria, Bloemfontein, Bloem. I don't remember what it starts with a B, and I don't remember what it is. And then the third one is Cape Town. But I think Pretoria is like the official capital, but I don't know. So at the state where everyone was coming into chess with like Queen's Gambit and the quarantine starting, I was looking for like other pastimes as well. And one of them that really drew my interest was like learning the capitals. Bloemfontein. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Um, so I tried learning a bunch of capitals and it was a lot of fun. So far, I've memorized the 50 states and I think I'm at like 100 something countries. So that's been a blast. I've been watching a lot of sports. If you guys see behind me, there's a Doncic jersey and a Felipe Coutinho jersey. Can we make it only 3 minutes to be faster? Chat, if you guys want to play 3 minutes, let's do it. You have a talent for flags and capitals. That's awesome. All of my flags and capital knowledge honestly come from playing FIFA a lot. Like when I was growing up, I played a lot of FIFA, and because of that, you learn a lot of country flags. Like it's just they go hand in hand. You played chess already? That's awesome, Lionhood. What's the capital of Ireland? Dublin. What's the capital of Montana? Helena. Come on, chat. How do I speak Tamil being from the US? I My parents do, and so they taught me when I was growing up, Shankar. I don't have any like formal education though, but it was more like whenever we'd go back to Chennai or like things like that, I would um learn it. Capital of India, New Delhi. Capital of countries only. I could do that as well. But chat, we should talk about this. Like chess is somewhat important on the lichess.org channel. But if you guys want to talk about life, I'm down for life too. Believe me, my chat gets off topic all the time. We can go e4, we can go f4, we can go a lot of things. Do I know at least one Russian word? Um, I don't know. I don't know any Russian, unfortunately. Exactly, YK. YNWA indeed. How to play with you? So you can shoot me a challenge on lichess.org. Um, if you do exclamation point challenge in chat, you can see the link and then make it a geography stream. Please don't. I want to be back on again, and I don't want them to be like, hey, all you guys did was look up capitals. But if you guys have a good time, I don't mind. I'm here for the enjoyment. What's the capital of New York City? What? New York City is a city, Klepto? You okay? I don't know Aruba. I have no idea. Capital of UAE is Abu Dhabi, right? I think. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's Abu Dhabi. Okay, let's hit e7 and then let's go like knight f3. You'll teach me some Russian words? Okay, thank you, Fleo. Um, all right, let's go knight e4. Take back. I'm gonna flag him. Oh, New York State, Albany. It's 1 a.m. in India. Dang, why? Like, you guys are awake? That's crazy. What does NM stand for? It stands for National Master. So in the U.S., there's a bunch like there's the National Master title. The capital of Peru is Lima. Um, all right, I said I'd play this game with the horsey set, and then the next game we'll go back to the normal set. So we'll play against this 2100 with the horsey pieces, um, because chat wanted to, but then we'll go back. Tallahassee, why are we doing this? Chat, we should stop with capitals. But yeah, someone said YNWA, you're a legend, whoever you are. Um, if I go AFK, is that okay? As long as it's not while we're playing, sure. I think the challenge should stay. Chat, how did we end up in Russian? What's going on? What's up, Pepega chess player? How are you doing? All right, I'll give like 20, 30 seconds before I abort the challenge. Um, because it's like there's 40 people challenging and I don't want to make them wait too much. Because apparently in some places it's very um Florida and I'm from Texas. Um yeah, I'm born and raised in Texas. But yeah, this has just turned into my chat on a different channel. But I'm here for it. That's why I'm streaming, is because I love chat. Okay, we'll abort this game. I'm sorry, Mr. WS Blitz. We'll see if Mr. Okay, I was told to play the Dutch, so we'll play the Dutch. Chat, if you guys also have any openings you want to see me play, what is my NBA team? I support the Dallas Mavericks. So I'm born and raised in Dallas, so I've got to just support the Mavericks. TA is out. Dang. What is my Twitch channel? I don't know what the command for it is, but there should be a command for it, I guess. I don't know what it is, chat. If you guys can figure it out. Um, I don't know, but it's Can the Caro win? It's the same name that I have on. Uh, do I play the Italian game? No, I don't play e4 or e5, but I'm more than happy to play e4 or e5 against you guys. Or if you want to see what like someone who's never played e4 in their life does with the Italian game, I'm more than happy to play it. Like again, I'm just having some fun, chat. This is all just enjoyable. How am I changing the piece style? So if you click on your name in the top right, you can click on piece set and then change it. Do I play the Danish Gambit? Again, so chat, I'm a d4 player and I'm a c6 player against e4. So it's very rare that I get into a lot of gambits. Would like to see the Juco Pianissimo. Okay, I'll take a look at it. I do enjoy those type of positions though. Again, as a Caro-Kann player, I enjoy these like slight edge. Let's just squeeze. If I have to go, if I get picked and I'm not here, can I get my game after? Of course. If you guys ever see me live and want to play a game, please shoot me a challenge. Tonight, do I think the Mavericks will beat the Clippers? Fingers crossed, man. Like, we almost threw the last game, but I've been watching a lot of NBA for the playoffs at least. I didn't watch much during the season. Um, it felt like during the pandemic, I don't really know. I haven't watched much chess. Not chess. I haven't watched much sports in the pandemic. I'm also 2100. I'm 21 like 50 FIDE though. Not on Lichess. On Lichess, I think this is my lowest my rating's been in quite a while. I need to try and get it back over 25 though. But that's for a later day. For now, we'll play some chess. You're so nice. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Chat's always awesome though, so I don't really. You're 1800 feet. That's really really good, Pedro. Take care, Coco Demon. Do I like to play closed positions or open? Traditionally with black, I enjoy playing closed positions, and with white, I enjoy playing open. Which is kind of weird. But with white, I enjoy strong center control, and with black, I enjoy when my opponent over advances their material and I can strike back. That's what I like. For some reason, I'm 1500 question mark, but beating 2000s. Wait, 1500 question mark means it's like a new account, yeah? What's my thoughts on the London system? I think it's a good system. I never recommend system openings to chat because it kind of limits the scope that you have. It kind of limits the scope that you have in terms of like question mark is a mistake. Ah, gotcha. Have I lost any game today? Not yet, but I've only played like 5. I still have plenty of time. I was asking you previous challenger. Got it. Okay, my bad. My bad, Lord Rhino. Maybe it's the type of positions. Do you consistently win when you play like one opening but lose in other openings? What happens? Sounds logical. White goes for the win in open positions. Yeah, exactly. And I've unfortunately I've not had much time to study chess over the last few years. So for me, it's kind of like I wanted openings that were less sharp so that I don't get beat theoretically. Like I trust my calculation to the point where if we get into some complicated position like this, I can weasel my way out. But the problem is if I yeah, I'll change it back to the normal pizza. But if I go into something where they're already booked up, then I'm in trouble, especially against the competition I normally face. If I go into some like super sharp dragon, I don't know enough, unfortunately. Is there a way to get to your Twitch? Yeah, if you do exclamation point streamer. Okay, well, that didn't work. I'm useless. It should work. That was the command, I'm pretty sure. Okay, it took a second. Um, but yeah, that's the command chat to get to my page if for whatever reason you guys want to come and watch later or most any other day. I've been trying to stream every day for the last like few months, chat. So I was told to play the someone wanted me to play the Juco Pianissimo. So I'll see if my opponent plays e5. But I'll also change the pieces back to um what pieces did I have before? Was it Stonti? Stonti seems pretty good. Yeah, we've got to go back. Yeah, of course, Pizza. You're welcome. You guys are all awesome. So far, chat has been just what I expected it to be, just wholesome and asking questions. But at any point in time, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Please be like, hey, uh, I struggle with this opening, or hey, I don't know what to do against this. And like, I might not be able to catch all of them, but my opponent proposes a take back. Sure. What? Okay. Oh, you want me to play knight g5? Okay, my bad. You want? I didn't realize this was you, Pedro. The names are different. I'm sorry. How? Like, there's no way for me to tell. I apologize. Okay. What's theory here? Who knows? Let's take knight a5 or knight d4. I don't know. Knight d4 is the problem. This is very sharp, and I have no idea. I think I can go c3, and if he takes on d5, I can take here. I think, but I don't know. How old am I? I am 21 years old. So now can I uh I'm running into some nonsense here that like I absolutely do not know. and I can't really figure it out in a 3-minute game. So, okay, what if I take and he takes here and I take here and he takes on d5 and I go queen f3. So I'm hitting f7. And it's very difficult, I think, to guard f7. Okay, we'll try this. Can I play you an atomic? Of course, King. If any of you guys want to play variants, I'm down for some variant games. But you can take with a queen here? Oh, I didn't even consider that. Let me castle. And now if you take, I do that. That's a spicy move. Yeah, let's just go queen takes e8. Can't believe I missed that. Queen takes e8. Oh no. Alright, let's go knight c3. I look like a potato. Cheers. Why would that be a comment you ever thought? Like, maybe you didn't expect me to read it, but come on, chat. I'll read anything. Do I think the Mavs are going to make it to the finals? I hope so. I hope they do. Can I take here? If I take here, he's going to take my knight. And then if I check, he's going to go bishop e6 because my knight's no longer attacking that square. So that's unfortunate. I could go queen f3 first. So I'll take, and then if he takes, I go queen f3. Or do I go queen f3 immediately? Basically, I want to delay him from castling queenside. But if I go queen f3 immediately, can he take this? I don't think so. Why do you read anything but not my messages about Nelly Piv? I don't know how to pronounce that, Dimifid. Apologize. Yeah, I'm not great when it comes to words, unfortunately. Do I check? And then do I go d4? What's the plan? Let's check. Bishop e6, we'll play d4. You started chess as a 1300 back in June 2020. That's awesome. You're 18 right now. How high could you go? As high as you've got time to go. Ultimately, chat, in chess, it's just dependent on how much time you have to put in. And nowadays, it's a lot easier to scale than it was like back in my day. But you've got all of these free options. So, for example, you could go on Lichess' study and like analyze a bunch of games and things like that. I am a Liverpool fan, used. Am I taking challenges? Of course. If you do exclamation point challenge, you guys can send me a challenge. Okay. Turns out my commands are just they're delayed whenever I type them, but whenever you guys type them, it's fine. So I can take here intermediate move. But if I take here, he takes. I don't really have anything, do I? Wow. Okay, I'll take this pawn. Back in your day was 6 years ago. Okay, fair enough, Klepto. It's just been a while since I've properly studied chess. Let's go d5. You started your Lichess account 7 months ago. Still crap. Okay, what's happening, Panda Man? Like, are you just playing a bunch of games as quickly as you possibly can? Because I read YK's statement. Yeah, of course. Corner taken quickly, Origi. Of course. Good times. I can take this because if he takes on e1, this is mate. So somehow I've survived this game. But this is one of those games where, like, if I was supposed to be studying chess, after, like, the game was done, I would need to go back and study the book because, like, my opponent played a very sharp opening and I didn't really know what I was doing. So if I go back and study to make sure, like, hey, are these moves right? Like, are they engine approved? Are they like theoretical? What's going on? That will help you learn, and it'll help you stay up on the clock because I know a lot of you guys will play bullet or blitz. You won't play classical chess. You'll just play bullet or blitz. Bishop f1 is theory after b5. See, things like that. I wouldn't have known that if I just didn't. You don't have time to play a lot. Okay, but let's say instead of playing 2 games, you play 1 game and then spend the amount of time that you would have spent on the second game analyzing the first. Does that make sense, Panda Man? So instead of playing 2 3-minute games, you play 1 3-minute game and then spend the next 6 minutes analyzing that 3-minute game. So figure out, like, hey, did I blunder in the opening? Is this something that I could, like, recover from in the future so that I don't make that mistake again? Things like that. You just do tactics? I mean, tactics are very useful. It's just tactics can only take you so far because like at some point in time you have to get used to playing the same type of position over and over again. Tactics are really helpful when it comes to new positions. But they're Okay, they're somewhat helpful even for familiar positions, but theory is better for familiar positions. Can I take this? I'm sorry, chat. I got distracted by the free pawn. I think I can take it. If he goes knight a5, I check. King f8, I take. He takes. I take on a8. If he takes on f4, I take and take. If he goes rook c8, I take, and then he can't take because the rook is undefended. I think this works. I think this just wins material. I only know that because someone I knew played that quite a bit. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I wish I was better, like, theoretically, chat. That's the one thing I wish I could work on. You analyze most games I play, especially losses. That's a really good job. B grows. That's awesome. Let's take. When did I get my title? I got my title in 2014, which was, and it's been a while, but I've since gone up to 2300 USCF. You just don't get rewarded with another title as of 2300 USCF. Let's castle, and he can take this pawn. Like I said, when I'm up a significant amount of material, like here I'm up a piece, I can give back a pawn just so that my king gets into safety or pieces get simplified, things like that. You started playing online chess during the pandemic and got to 2K. That's awesome. Waste of time playing Blitz? No, it's most definitely not a waste of time. It's just Blitz and classical chess are very different. So if you beat someone by consistently, let's say you flag all of your opponents. Let's say you're like me, right? Where you don't play good chess and you just try and win on time. Um, that doesn't really help your classical chess because when you go into a slower game, people will sit down and spend all of their time. But in blitz chess, if you're good at like spotting tactics really fast, things like that, that can definitely help. Because if you get into a time scramble and over the board chess, you won't be like panicked at all. You'll just be playing composed chess. Oh come on, you play good chess, but like I don't play 2500 level chess, not by any stretch. So the fact that I am 2500 or close, I mean 2500 bullet, let's say, is because I flag a lot of players and I have a time edge all the time. Things like that, which is not something that you can just do over the board because your opponents will use their time. But one thing I would definitely recommend for a lot of you bullet or blitz players is don't approach a classical game. Now that you guys are going to go back into over the board chess, or maybe for the first time, you're going to go to tournaments. Don't approach those games like they're bullet or blitz games. If you don't know something, like if you don't know what's going on in this position, take your time until you can, like, say that, like, oh, this is why I'm playing this move. Make all of your moves logically. So what you don't want to do is blitz out a bunch of moves, hoping your opponent will also blitz out a bunch of moves, and then blunder. Like that's very, very unfortunate, and it happened to me all the time. Because I used to play in a bunch of blitz tournaments, even before online chess. I used to play in a bunch of like over the board blitz tournaments, and going from blitz to classical mentally takes like it's a different thing. Like you can't play as fast as humanly possible. There's no reason to. But okay, let's check on C6 and end the game. What is my classical and rapid rating, and how do they compare to FIDE? So my classical, I don't have a classical rating on Lichess. I have a rapid rating. It's 2490, and my FIDE is 2150. But I haven't played a FIDE rated tournament in a long time. Okay, this is a correspondence game. What chat? I mean, I'll make a move, but like I'm not gonna sit here and play the game. This is also a correspondence game. Okay, chat. Don't challenge me to correspondence games. I mean, I'll play it, but I'm not gonna play it right now. Okay, let's go England Gambit. Wow, the Eric Rosen special. Um, I like just giving the pawn back and playing some secure chess. Again, I'm a very boring player. I apologize. It's not quite the flair of like a super theoretical game. Um, but I enjoy these type of positions where I'm gonna get like a small edge, I hope, with some sort of center break, and then just try and squeeze. I can abort those? Okay, sounds good. Um, if you take with say like the pawn at any point in time, I go bishop f4. Ooh, I don't know how you get out of this. This is kind of scary. Oh, maybe just that. I, for some reason I hallucinated and I thought this trapped the queen, but it doesn't. Maybe because if I had played bishop f4 first, I would have been completely winning. I just missed that move. Oh well. Okay, I can take here. If he takes here, I take on b7. I have a weird problem. I'm 21 for 15 bits. I struggle. I have no clue why I struggle at longer time controls. Okay. Is that like how do you win your blitz games? I guess would be my question. Because if you're consistently winning your blitz games to either opening traps or flagging, those aren't going to really carry over in terms of rapid because people have the time to figure their way out of opening traps um, in rapid versus blitz. Oh, I really want to take. I really want to take and sack my queen. Let's have some fun, yeah, chat? I haven't lost a game yet. We might as well start now. Oh, okay. He doesn't even go for the... If he had taken with the bishop, I would have given queen. How long is the queue? Well, it's random, so you've got equal odds whether you queue now or in a few minutes or whatnot. What's up? Hey, how are you? How are you? Okay, let's go. Oh, goodness. Queen d4. Let's make this as sharp as possible. And if he takes, I'll go... Oh, I have to take then, huh? Wow. And he has this move. Maybe as sharp as possible wasn't the solution. Oh, well. Let's take with the pawn. What is it? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, feel free to shoot me another challenge. Um, if he takes this, I go rook e2. If he goes here, I go... I don't know. I think I go king e2, maybe? Oh, this is so sharp. Why have I gotten myself into this situation? Maybe sacking the queen was a terrible mistake. It's fine, though. Let's go king e2. Let's try and walk across the plank. Let's go king d2. And if he takes here, I'll go... I don't know. I haven't thought that far yet. Maybe I'll take with the rook, and then if he takes on f3, I go rook e7. This shouldn't work, but it might work. Do I think on average online ratings match FIDE ratings? No, it's usually like a 200 point difference, Yarnum. Like 100 to 200 point difference on average, if I had to guess. So I can take with the rook here. I can also throw in bishop takes g4. And I have to decide which one of those is better. My problem with bishop takes g4 is actually queen takes g4, and he picks up this bishop. And I think this bishop is more important because the queening square is a dark square. So I think I take here, and he can have this guy. Yeah, this shouldn't work, but we'll try. We'll try for some trickery, like rook e7 maybe. Um, this has no business working. But let me see. No joke can do anything? Hell yeah. You need to head out? Take care, Panda Man. This might be that might be a problem. I normally win by opening by hard tactical play a blitz player. Yeah, I think that might be it, Max. Is it 200 less or 200 more? So FIDE ratings are 200 less than online ratings. I think on average. From my experience, but I don't it's not like a fact. It's not like Lichess approved or anything. It's just my assumption of online ratings. Well, okay, let's try and go knight b5. Was knight b5 instead of rook e7 strong? It would have been if it didn't hang the b7 pawn. I would have loved to play knight b5. But the problem is if I had just gone knight b5, he can just take b7. And that's a problem. Wasn't queen c2 just mate in one? Yes. Okay, I have no business getting away with this game. Wow. All right, let's try and stay alive. Let's go knight b5 now, threatening mate in one myself. And he's low on time. Maybe we'll survive this. Who knows? If he has to take this, I'm happy. Because then maybe I take here. Now we just keep running up the board. Let's go. My king is a warrior. He's here to stay. Still threatening mate in one. Yeah, I think white has so many chances, but he missed them, and that's unfortunate, I guess, for him. This is still mate in one. GG's. I don't even want to analyze that game. I probably should analyze that game, but I'm I don't want to. What's up? Of course, I recognize your username. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I haven't seen you in forever. If you're back in town, let me know. Uh, are chess.com ratings higher than on Lichess? No. I don't think there's a difference. I prefer Lichess because for chat at least you guys can do like 10 puzzles for free. You can do as many puzzles as you want to. You're not limited. But they aren't made to match up, as No Joke says. So chat, for those of you guys who don't know, if No Joke says something, you should just like accept it. That is fact. When it comes to Lichess at least. Are 5 minute games okay? I'd prefer 3 minute, but if you absolutely want to play 5 minute, believe me, I'm not gonna use any of my time either way. But okay, let's try and go rook c8, take back, and then play c5 or something. Yeah, exactly, king. Um, let's go c5. If take back, or take here, take back, something like that. Does it actually though, Max? Cause I don't know. It Yeah, that's like a debate that I don't want to have, but maybe we'll have it eventually. I can take back. I can take on c4, but that doesn't really do anything. b7 is hanging in a lot of these scenarios, which is very unfortunate. I'll just go knight d7. All ratings are weird, Kush. After everyone gets back to playing over the board chess, everyone's gonna be underrated, and I'm terrified for it. Like, I finally got north of 2300, and I'm scared that the first tournament I go to, it's gonna drop back below. Because I'm gonna lose to someone who's. Oh, that would have been a bad move. Hang the bishop on b7. You're still under 2000. Okay, give it a matter of like a few more tournaments, Kush, and you'll get over it, I'm sure. Just say. Yeah, they don't match up with FIDE Elo because of the propensity to play games, right? So like if I'm playing a FIDE tournament, I can play maybe like 3 tournaments a month and I'd be very lucky. On Lichess, I can play like 25 tournaments in like an hour. I played the titled arena last time. I played the last titled arena that was had, and I played 77 games in 2 hours. Like I can't do that in an over the board situation. That's just not possible. We'd spend more time setting up the board. I couldn't set up 77 boards in 2 hours. Um, okay, let's go bishop d6 and play e5. Okay, maybe. You might be right, Max. Let's go e5. Let's go e4 or something. But yeah, chat, if you guys ever have any questions, just let me know. I'll try to answer them. As many as I can. But I really do enjoy this like back and forth between chat. I think that's the only reason I ever started streaming. Well, Lichess OP. Indeed. Lichess is OP. If you guys are here and you somehow have not made a Lichess account, go and make one. It's free and it takes like 2 seconds. And you can challenge me. Um, I think probably in that order in terms of priority. Do I coach? No, I've never like I've considered coaching from time to time, but I've never coached. Um, I've had like 2 students I think in my life, but none at the moment. The reason is because, um, well, I know coaching requires a lot of time, and I don't know if I've got that time because I just graduated from college. Chat. In case anyone was curious about me, myself, and I, um, yeah, I just finished my final semester at university, and so I figured I might as well start. Well, I didn't just start streaming, but like, I might as well ramp up the streaming. And so I've not had much time for chess over the last few years. Barring collegiate tournaments, I've really not played much chess. So in the last 4 years, I've played 7 tournaments or 8 tournaments. I've played the Pan Americans all 4 years, and I've also played the U.S. Juniors because I won the U.S. Junior Open 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago, and um, So I won the US Junior Open 3 years ago, which gave me an invite into the US Junior Championships, which is like insane. So obviously I played in that tournament, and that was about it for my chess. You started uni this year. That's awesome. You had an amazing US Junior close. Thank you, man. Appreciate all of the help with prep and stuff because I tried playing a different opening every game, but it's very difficult. Okay, this is completely winning now. The problem is when he goes back to G1, I'm gonna get a different discovery in, and then it's all over. I don't know if you stream regularly. Yeah, I've been trying to stream every day. Okay, 5-4 rated chat. This is basically me just giving away elo because I don't even think I gain a point for winning this game. But we'll see. Let's play. I don't mind playing rated games. Like, rating's just a number to me at this point in time. Me, like, 5 years ago, would be very scared to play a rated game, but now let's just play some chess. I'll go I want to try and put my knight on f3, but I don't know how to get there. So we'll go here, 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 or something like that. But yeah, thanks for the shout out, no joke, and thanks for like helping with this. You challenged me right to it? Yeah, of course. I'm down to play. Let's go bishop c3. Like OTB ratings, I still care a little bit, but my online rating does not really matter to me too much. It's just purely for fun, chat. The problem is when you let this number like get into your head, that's when this game can be a bit like aggravating. All right, we still got 32 challenges. Jeez, I'm gonna be here all night. So I've got another hour on the Lichess channel, and then after that, we'll be back on. Is this theory? Is this ever theory? Soaking wet eye? I don't know theory. I just hope for the best. But no, I don't think this is theory because I'm just down a pawn, and this doesn't help. Like I don't know how I played into the England gambit, and now I'm down a pawn. Something's gone horribly wrong. But yeah, I'm hoping for a swindle. How'd I end up down a pawn? I hung b2. I forgot b2 was hanging. Like he gave me a pawn out of the opening, and to be kind, I gave him two back. Okay, maybe I should think. I don't want my first loss of the day to be in a rated game. That would be kind of annoying, but it's fine. Let's go queen e2 and trade everything up. England is great in Blitz as long as you're not playing someone titled. Yeah, it's not the greatest positional opening, but I've never bothered to study it. No, I'm in the speed mode, soaking wet eye. Like I'm very much in like the I'm just trying to play as fast as I possibly can. But I didn't realize that this challenge was so slow. So that's problematic. Because now he has all the time in the world to figure out what's going on, and my position is awful. Neither of those things are good. But it's fine. It happens. Let's go e5 and just hope he doesn't see that move, even though it's the most obvious move on the board. Generosity is important in chess. Yeah, I love it when my opponents are generous. Oh, he doesn't play that move. Okay. Well, now we're back in business. Just win a piece. Game's about over. Ooh, actually, queen c8. This is kind of tricky, chat. So he can go queen c8. I take on e7, and he goes king f8. And then I have to find rook e6 and then take on a8. If I don't have that tactic, I'm in some trouble. Because my rook's trapped, actually, on e7. Even though it wins a piece, it's going to be trapped. I don't know what he's thinking about. c8's the only square for the queen. Every other square is guarded. But okay. Yeah, I think c8 is the only safe square. It's not theory, but white's still better. Yeah, okay, I don't think it's the greatest opening, but I've seen Rosen, like Eric's beaten up on some top dogs with it, so it can't be that bad. But just now people are studying it, right? Like once openings come into popularity, I can tell you I've played d4 my entire life. And I've never run into the England in an over the board game. Like not one time. And I've played it for literally so long. And just nothing happened. We can go queen e4 or something. But after king b8 there's just rook b7 back. True. It says that I have to decline the challenge. What? Okay, it shouldn't auto-decline. Like, I've got 30 challenges right now, so I've not auto-declined any of them, I don't think. Best opening repertoire: d4, e5, and Nimzo. Yeah, just play e5 against everything. I agree. I think objectively those are all good openings. I've been meaning to learn the Nimzo. I mean, I've been telling you this for like 5 years now that I've been meaning to learn the Nimzo. But I finally dropped the kid. Like, I think the King's Indian is done for me. There's just too many lines against it that are good. En passant. Whenever en passant is an option, it's the only legal move, right, chat? Who do I think will win the World Chess Championship? I think it's. I think Magnus will win, and I hope Magnus wins. Let's get some. I'm down. Just message me, like offline. I'm down. I hope Magnus wins, but I don't know. I was rooting for Nepo throughout the entirety of the candidates. Like I wanted Nepo to win the candidates, but now that he's here, I don't know. I can't really root against Magnus. Magnus is like, he's such a cool personality that I almost like I want him to keep winning. But GG's. I'm still learning the Queen C2 Nimzo, except I gotta learn A3 instead of E4. Okay, you could. Would I like to play the Slav and semi-Slav? No, I don't play the Slav or semi-Slav, unfortunately, Zernix. It's because as white, I play the exchange Slav, and I know how aggravating it is for the black player to play against the exchange Slav, and I just don't want to be on the other side of that. For example, my favorite opening to play against in all of chess is the King's Indian. I love playing against the King's Indian. But I also used to play the King's Indian. And at some point in time, my mind just realized, like, hey, maybe the King's Indian, like, isn't the greatest opening at 23, 2400 level. Because everyone just knows some random variation and they're going to destroy me in it. So recently I've been trying to learn new openings. If you guys do catch me on stream, I try to stream my opening prep. Not all of it, because I'm not that delusional. But yeah, this is a Caro-Kann right now. E4 c6 is known as the Caro-Kann defense. The point behind it is I'm trying to stick a pawn on d5 and fight back for center control. So an opening like the Sicilian fights for center control immediately. Caro-Kann is more like a delayed center control fight. Can you accept some Nimzos now? Yeah, sure. I'll take a look at it. I do know some theory because again I'm a d4 player with white. So I do know some common plans because I know I'm supposed to stop them normally. But I don't know everything. From what I've realized though, if you guys do want a sharp opening, the C5 systems in the Nimzo are my recommendation always to chat. If you want to learn theory, the Grunfeld is top notch. But if you don't want to learn theory, then um well, I guess the Nimzo still is a lot of theory. It's just not as much different positions. Let's go Queen A5. Let's hit this. Let's hit this. Let's do something. You're actually learning it. The Caro. The Caro is not a difficult opening to learn. Um, if you have any questions, you're always more than welcome to message me. Like, I'm always happy to help out with some Caro knowledge. That's literally the only opening that I think I play at this level. I think every other opening I don't play remotely close to 2500. Except for the Caro-Kann. Grunfeld is like a PhD thesis? Yeah, exactly. Like, Spidler deserves at least a doctorate for his work on the Grunfeld. Let's check and go King B8 so that I can do some sort of discoveries. What's up, Gustavo? How are you doing? Let's try some sort of discovery and then win. Here I can go 95, I thought, but maybe not. Let's see. Does it work tactically? Wow, his king's gonna run all the way to g2 and then be perfectly safe. This is very annoying. It's fine though, I'll play e3. You're rated 2000 Blitz, but I can't see the board in my head. Yeah, of course. So on Lichess, there's a tool where you can go to, I believe, Learn, and it's called Coordinates. So you can use that. Been thinking about buying Lars Skandorf's book. Skandorf's book is the one that I used growing up. I don't know if it's still like the most accurate theory on the Caro-Kann, but I think it's a great book. Let's take. And then let's... Oh, okay, there's got to be some cool tactic here to end the game. What's the best thing I can come up with? Knight f3 seems very fun. So knight f3, Yeah, knight f3 seems like it works. So I'm threatening now. I don't even know what I'm threatening, but I'm just hoping he takes. Then if he takes, I check knight c1, rook d8, king e2, queen c2, um, and then I just take and then mate on d2 or something like that. Seems pretty good. Yeah, it is a very good book. I can go bishop e5 now. But if I go bishop e5, does he take here? Yeah, but I was looking for a fun way to win, Pepega. I agree, rook d8 probably did win, but I wanted to, like, sacrifice a knight just for the flair. What's the best way to do this? I think queen b1, like I was talking about, forces knight c1, check, forces the king to one of these two squares. And then I take the corresponding piece with check. And then we just walk it up the board. Queen b1 unfortunately isn't mate because of knight c1, but it's very close to mate. Now I check on d2, and there should be mate somewhere here. Oh, I didn't even calculate to make sure this was mating. I just kind of figured there would be something at the end of this. What? Okay, let's just go queen d5 and take the queen. Whenever you're low on time... Oh god, I didn't expect him to go back. Now I'm just down a piece, and 10 seconds left. This is a throw and a half, chat. Well, I was bound to lose a game eventually. Why not start now? Alright, we're gonna get to see some speed. And I'm a click player. I'm not a drag and drop, so I'm very slow. But okay, let's try and show some speed. We've cut this time down a little bit. I can't believe he went there. I thought he was gonna keep walking up the board and I would just take the queen. Oh man. Do I pre-move takes? What else can he do? Bishop e4 might be a move. Like a dirty move. Why does my Lichess screen seem different? It might be because I have extend Lichess, which allows my time to be on the top and the bottom instead of on the sides, like you're probably more accustomed to. But okay, we might just dirty flag him here. Although maybe it won't be that dirty when the flag actually falls. GG's. Do I meditate or do any other concentration techniques? No. Um, yeah, I'm very like jittery whenever I'm playing, especially over the board. Like I tend to make moves and just get up from the board. Um, because I can't focus. Although I do recommend concentration training to anyone who is like myself. But yeah, these are custom settings. Oh, playing on mobile. So they probably are different from playing on mobile. I don't know Canales. I have no idea. I wonder if Canales is named after the or like if his username is that similar to that Real Betis player. I forgot where he plays. Oh man, I think he plays for Betis. What is the extension? It's called Extend Lichess is just the name of it. So if you want your name on top and bottom, that's what happens. Yeah, of course. I like even if I lose, I'd much rather read chat than like not read chat. Do I have any favorite over the board drinks? Normally just water. I'm a bit partial to apple juice of all things. Heady Five. Like I know when I was playing in the juniors, they had yeah, you can only pre-move one move on computer as well. It's because of how Lichess does pre-moves. It's kind of cool though. Whenever you pre-move on Lichess, you don't lose any time. Like you don't lose any time whatsoever. Whereas you're right, it's real Betis. Okay, dang. Let's go. Some of my FIFA knowledge is actually coming in clutch. Yeah, my main channel is this one. It should work. It'll just take a second because oh my god, I'm throwing. I'm actually like so bad, chat. Why did I play bishop d3 instead of queen c2? I was intending to play queen c2 and then bishop d3 and I just forgot the first move in the line. So this just hangs a piece. Can I go queen d2? This is a common idea whenever you let them take on c3. Is you go queen d2, but the problem is he has knight takes a2. So I guess I just give him an exchange and we play from behind. Let me. It's called this. I think. I believe it's called that. Okay, let's just play down an exchange, chat. We're playing an odds game that didn't start as an odds game. Yeah, that's what it means, Vajra. That is what it means. Let's go h4. I've not met many people with my name though. There's another very strong chess player. He's much stronger than I am even. Well, he isn't IM, but he's much stronger than I am. Um, let's take here with the bishop. Maybe we slide in, or we slide in, or I don't know, maybe queen c1 and go this route. Because he doesn't have a dark squared bishop, I figure my only chance to win this game is to attack on the dark squares. Like if I do any sort of business on the light squares, he can simply just contest it with his bishop. So if I go for this diagonal, he can block it with his bishop by putting it on d7. Whereas the dark squared bishop can at least, I don't know if it'll be as good as a rook, but he will try his best, I hope. How can he be IM? Yeah, exactly, C complex. I apologize if my English struggles from time to time, but I'm not the most eloquent person. I'm just trying. E4 was interesting. I don't want to play E4 with my king on E2 though. That just sounds terrifying. Maybe I'll take, and if he takes with the queen, I'll go to B2, and if he takes with the knight, I'll go to C3. Maybe it's a chance, chat. It's fine, we understand. Okay, that's all I really want. I hope chat will learn something. How did I get the NM designation on Lichess? So you have to email. Oh gosh, I forgot who to email, but I'll figure it out, and I will let you know. I'll text you after. Um, you said interesting, not safe. Okay, true. Yeah, it is. I've seen people like guys and girls with my name. Sometimes it has an H, sometimes it doesn't have an H. I don't really know. Maybe I go bishop f6, bishop e5 now. Oh, this is a bit scary, but I like living on the edge. So let's do it. If he takes on d3, I take with the king. That's what the scary part is. You have to use the... yeah, there's a form somewhere that you have to fill out. Um, Although I'm a bit scared that I've given him way too much play. I should have kept the two bishops. Like, what am I doing with bishop f6? It's a very sloppy move. Like, oh man. I'm about to just get completely annihilated over the board. Yeah, but he is the master as well. I know him IRL. So that's why I'll let you know what the form is so you can fill it out. And I apologize if my camera goes a bit in and out of focus. Um, I'll hopefully get that sorted. But if he takes here, I go king e1. And then I'm threatening this check, and then I don't know what else. I'm hoping that does something. Let's go. Um, are there any tricks to be had, or is this game just over? Objectively, probably over, but there might still be some tricks. Oh, it's 3 plus 2, it's over. Dang it. Um, okay, let's pick up the rook at least. Just so I have something to write home about. And now let's go to d3, where I can't get checked from the queen. Because the queen check is the scary one. Now I can get checked from the queen. So now I'm scared. Let's stay on dark squares, but like this dark square. So that the bishop can't check, freeing the rook. I don't want the rook to be freed. And allowed to check me. Wow. What is that move? I mean, that's a great move, but like how? What? Let's go here. Let's just hopefully survive for like 5 more moves. And then hopefully he'll flag. Queen h7. Do I have to keep walking? I can't keep walking. I can't walk back either. This is game over. Because he has rook e2 check. Wait, he didn't see rook e2 check. Okay, now the counter checks begin. Rook e2 check was just mate in 2. I can't believe he saw all those checks, but not rook e2. That's crazy. Okay, what's a good counter check here? If I can trade off queens, I'm happy. I don't think I'm going to be able to, but it's fine. Let's start with this. Let's go e4 if he goes up. Let's go here if he goes over. Where are you going? Let's check here. I'm hoping to survive for like a few more moves. Is that if that's even possible? Let's check here. Okay, he's running very low on time, and I picked up the rook. Ooh. Ooh. I don't deserve to win that. I don't deserve to win that at all. But we'll take it, chat. I guess. He had mate in two. Um, right here, rookie two check queen h1 is mate. Rookie two check queen b1 is also probably mating. Um, that's a big oof. Good game. I mean, good game to my opponent, not to me. I did not play well at all. 4-0. I've never seen 4-0 before. Okay, we'll try the Nimzo. I don't know if he'll play d4. Okay, he will. We'll try the Nimzo. Yeah, I mean, you played an incredible game, Double Blade. Just literally right at the end. Also, I don't know what I'm doing in the opening playing Bishop d3 instead of Queen c2. Oh man. So as you guys can tell, on occasion, my games will be very, very bad. But we'll hopefully try it. Yeah, I mean, like, like, I blundered so early into the opening, but you were, like, playing quite well. Um, let's castle. Let's go knight c6. Let's take, or something like that. But still a win, yeah. I will definitely take a dub. I guess knight c6. I don't really know. Maybe we bring the bishop back. I wish I knew theory, chat. Like, if I knew theory, I would get not as bad positions out of the opening, and then we'd be fine. But unfortunately, I get horrendous positions out of the opening. You got scared by d4, so England Gambit. Ah, okay, gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, the England Gambit it's pretty decent, especially if you're a very tricky player. Like if you know how to set up a bunch of traps, the England Gambit is not that bad. I know it's not sound, chat, and we can go into a big discussion about like how Stockfish says that it's bad, so you should never play it. But like at the end of the day, it's just a game. Like if you enjoy the chaos that comes with the England Gambit, play the England Gambit. It's fine. Or like eventually maybe you'll mature into a Budapest player or something, which is just as gambity but like less famous because I don't know. I guess there's not been a Rosen Budapest video yet. Maybe over time. I'll go King H8. This is such a bait move though. What's up, the casual player? How are you doing? The point is, if he takes, I do this, and then I fork this and this. But it's such like a dumb move. Like it doesn't work for any other move except for Bishop H7. How many challenges in the queue right now? 27. So we've been here a while. I think I've played like 30 games. His first video was on the Budapest. Oh man. Oof. Yeah, because the Budapest is sound. Like I can understand why he'd play that. Wait, what? Huh? What was Bishop F4? Maybe he thought a rook was on D1 or something, but like what was Bishop F4? Oof. Big oof. Nope, that's not true. There's a few good lines against it, but it's not as bad as the England. Like the best line that I've seen against the Budapest is this like knight c3 stuff. And it's kind of wild. Like against the Budapest, I personally play what do I play? I play knight d2, knight f3. Like that's the type of setup that I like because I beat an IM once and over the board like classical chess, and yeah, exactly, Pepega. That's what I mean. Like that line is what I was talking about. I beat an IM once in over the board chess with that line where I just grinded some endgame and somehow managed to end up on top. And ever since then, I've somehow convinced myself, like, hey, this is the best way to play it. And I've never bothered to learn, like, proper theory. That's a problem psychologically, though. And I know a lot of people, especially, like, a lot of people in chat, will have the same problem where, like, you'll win a game, you'll win a singular game in some variation, and all of a sudden, that'll be, like, your opening for the rest of your life. It's like, you'll play one sideline of like the Grunfeld and beat someone higher rated, and you're like, okay, theoretically this is the best move, and then play it every game afterwards. Because it's something that I do, so I'm just speaking from experience. Who'll be the next world champion after Magnus? I don't know, probably like Ferrugia or someone. Maybe I don't know if Van Forest has enough in him. Like he might be too old, but maybe. Like I could see Jordan doing it, or I mean, it would have to be someone younger than like the Nepo Fabi group. So true. I played this one opening, and now let's see it. Yeah, like you just get a win, and then the problem is we never like look over our wins whatsoever. Like chat will very rarely look over their losses, but you'll probably look over more losses than you will wins. I think looking at wins are also important because it's like, what did I do right, or what did my opponent do wrong, or did I get lucky? You can answer all three of those questions for every single game that you play. So really, I didn't know that. GZT. I don't know anything about like chess lore and stuff like that. I don't even know what openings are called. I just make moves because they feel intuitive. Gotta be Alireza, Van Forest, or Duda. I love all of those options. Duda is my favorite player at the moment. Like Jeffrey is probably my favorite player because like I've played him. Um, but Duda is my favorite player because he just doesn't he doesn't know when to quit, which is incredible to watch. Like he'll be playing an over the board game just down like 3 pawns and then like just doesn't resign, finds trick after trick after trick, and it's crazy how he does it. What's up, Ruchess? How's it going? Chat, if you guys don't know Ruchess, her name is Rucha and she is a WIM, I believe. So make sure to check her out as well. Let's cast. Apparently, there's some really questioning James explaining thought process. Yeah, that's awesome. There's a bunch of cool books that exist too, like, um, what do you call it? Like, Kotov wrote a book, Thinking Like a Grandmaster. There's a bunch of these books that try to explain like the calculation process. I think anyone can be a good chess player, Badra. I just think like maybe the grandmasters and stuff, um, are like some innate talent, but I think for the most part, anyone can reach, say, like my level. I think it's doable with the amount of time and things like that. It is the same band for us. That's wild. How to get the LM title? I don't believe the LM title is still for offer, but it used to be. If you get 2400, I believe in Blitz, Bullet, and Rapid, or something wild like that on Lichess, then they'd reward you with the LM title. But I don't believe it's still being given out. Um, Maybe it was for like the first 2 3 years of Lichess's existence. I don't know though. I'm sure if No Joke is here, he can correct me, but I have no idea. Current goal is 2,000 FIDE, then CM and FM afterwards. Doable. You just got to be willing to put in the time. Like I think primarily the things that people do to get the like FIDE ratings up and to play a lot of good chess is you a have to analyze your games. B you have to like be willing to sit down and study theory. And then C is like sit down, do puzzles, watch chess, play chess, do things like that. Like it's very doable, but you have to not just play absent-mindedly. Like you can't do what I do on stream chat, which is I just tilt and play a bunch of bullet. That doesn't help. That's not going to make me a better chess player. Just cuz I'm putting in the hours doesn't mean I'm putting in like logical hours. Like I'm just playing a bunch of games. Um, it's 2 a.m. Wow. Let's check. Yeah, feel free to challenge chat. We've got 26 challenges. I hope to go through all of them. Like, I'm really sorry if I don't get to your challenge, but I will try and, um, well, we'll continue it for as long as I possibly can. You peaked at 1570 feet and now I play marbles. Hey, marbles are fun. It's definitely not chess, but marbles are fun. Let's queen a pawn. Now we have two queens. Are these rated or unrated? Preferably unrated. I mean, I've played a few rated because I'm doing it randomly. Um, so sometimes like a rated will get through the the seams, slip through the seams. I think is the terminology. Oh my gosh, you played bishop d3. I hate this game. D4 d5 first, or d4 c6 d6 and then d5. I don't know. I don't know names of openings. 85. I can't believe I just play a pre-moved queen c2. But yeah, hopefully we'll get a game in with everyone. But 2 a.m. is an early part. Wait, you wake up at 2 a.m.? That's crazy. I'm very happy with myself for waking up before 2 p.m. so I could start the stream. Um, Waking up at 2 a.m. is wild. Okay, let's check. What time control? Blitz or bullet? Preferably bullet, but if you guys want to play blitz, you're more than welcome to. All right, GG's. Just know I'm not going to use my time. Like, this was a 5 minute game and I have 5 minutes and 56 seconds. I'm going to play all of them like they're bullet. Here it's 10 a.m. Wait, where are you from, Bloody Spades? Don't, like, dox yourself, but just like, oh, it was a joke. Gotcha. My bad. I don't get jokes. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't realize. But it makes more sense that you're awake till 2 a.m. because that's me. Chat, I usually stream till like 4 or 5 a.m. My time. So this is very strange for me. But yeah. Dang. From Cologne. Nice. Do I have premium? Do I have what premium? Pop it up. What premium is there to have? Oh, I don't remember how to get into it, Heady Five. I was saying for someone who enjoys like complete chaos, the no button is there. Why is there light out? Because it's 3:30 p.m. for me. So yeah, so it's pretty bright. Yeah, someone will have to attend my class for me tomorrow. Dang, okay. It'd be like that, huh? Let's go C5. Well, I appreciate you for hanging out. Appreciate all of you guys for hanging out. I've had a blast. I'm making it sound like I'm ending. I'm probably gonna be live for like another 3 hours. But oh well. I still do appreciate the company. It's what's up, rats? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Sure you are. Doesn't matter actually, the move orders do transpose. Okay, cool. That's what I figured, but I didn't want to be say it with certainty because I'd struggle. What does my username mean? So my username is just a pun on the Caro-Kann. So like the Caro is in this part of the name and then the Khan is in the front. And it's basically just a joke that I made with like an IM back in the day. I mean I don't think he was an IM back in the day, but like he's now an IM. Um, where he was basically trying to convince me to not play the Caro-Kann, claiming that it couldn't win. So then this name just stuck. Yeah, I'm in the US, Blue Jays. And I am, in fact, Central Time Gang. I live in Texas. Hence the Mavericks jersey behind me, like right there. It's the Luka Doncic jersey. And then the other one's Felipe Coutinho jersey, back when he used to be on Liverpool. The good old days. Um, I can maybe take this and then take again, but that seems a bit too spicy. So we'll go knight e4 and then we'll take this way. Claims the Caro-Kann is a bad opening. How do I convince him he's wrong? Well, you have to beat him, right? That's the only. I mean, he's out for blood. Like, you have to. You gotta win now. That's it. That's the only option. We can't simply let him win. Um, but agreed, though. The Caro-Kann is not the world's best opening. It's not going to give you a 15 move miniature. It's not going to give you, like, a completely winning position after 10 moves. The point of the Caro-Kann. Why did I pre-move Queen G3? The point of the Caro-Kann is so that you don't get completely pummeled out of the opening. Like, if your friend is someone who knows all of their theory and can survive against, like, so my problem is I'm usually playing against other masters, right? Like at the 2450 blitz mark, the vast majority of the players are titled. So I'm going to be playing against a lot of people who know their theory, and I don't. So the Caro-Kann, I still don't get many losses because it's a very intuitive opening. Like I know where my pieces are supposed to go and how I should approach different types of positions. Um, Something like the dragon, let's say, which is everyone's favorite opening. you might get obliterated by someone who knows some random sideline that you don't know. And why take that risk? Up to you. That's why I've kind of given up on the King's Indian as well, chat. I used to play the King's Indian against d4. And the reason I gave up is because there's like the main line. You can go into the bayonet attack. You can go into the Makaganov. You can go into the Averbach, the Petrosian. All of them, these national masters, FIDE masters, and national masters, grandmasters, they all know their theory for their openings super well. So me having to know their level of theory for every single one of these specific variations, I'm gonna get destroyed. And I do. That's why I stopped playing it, is because I do get destroyed. Like it's just painful. What rating it up? Well, it depends on what opening you play Rainbow Colored Flower as to what categorizes theory. So let's say something like the Caro-Kann or something like the English. Um, you don't really have to know much theory, regardless of what level. You don't have to know specific moves, but you should learn plans. And the reason why plans are helpful is because I know you guys. You guys are all playing 30-second chess or 1 minute chess or maybe 3 minute chess. You're gonna lose a lot of time if you don't know what you're doing. If you don't know where your pieces are supposed to go out of these openings. So you should definitely know that much. But as for memorizing like move orders and things like that, I don't think it's mandatory for those types of openings. For sharp openings like the Dragon or the Najdorf or, I mean, really most Sicilians. But let's say you're playing white and you play like the Smith Mora against the Sicilian. Something like that, you got to learn a lot of theory as well because otherwise you're just down a pawn. So gambits, sharp openings, you gotta at least know the most obvious moves. Like, how do you punish it? Why are we playing this gambit? Don't just play the England gambit because Eric Rosen says to. I mean, that is a great reason. He's a terrific player, or like Levy says to, or whoever says to. You can't, like, you've got to learn why you're gambiting a pawn in these type of sharp openings. So you have to figure out like why are my pieces going to the squares that they're going. So here I played the Caro-Kann, and we played mainline knight c3. Why am I playing bishop f5? Why am I not playing knight d7 and going into the Karpov? Why am I not playing knight f6 and going into the Bronstein? Like, I know all of those openings exist, and I know the trumps of each of those openings. So I know why I would want to play this, why I'd want to play this, why I'd want to play this. And so I've learned a few of those lines for their specific situations. But it's not like just memorizing move orders, I guess. Theory has kind of gotten this misnomer that it's kind of like you're sitting in front of a screen and just pressing enter on a like a computer or space or whatever the button is and just waiting for the computer to spit out moves. It's not really that. It's more like why did this grandmaster play these moves? So just look at the game. Like play through the entire game and be like, okay, what did he do? Why did his bishop go here? Why did his knight go here? Why did his other piece go here? As opposed to how I would have done it, which was this, this, and this. Like, what does he know that I don't know? Because there's certainly something, because otherwise he'd be looking at my games. Right? Like, there's clearly a gap between a grandmaster's games and our games. So try and figure out, like, why are they putting the pieces where they're putting them? Because he's got the same pieces you and I have got. Just somehow they work and my pieces don't work. Okay, let's go. Which one's tactically more sound? One of these two checks wins. But I don't know which one it is. Um but I hope that was at least somewhat helpful. I apologize for going on my standard like theory rant, but I hope that was at least somewhat beneficial. Let's go e4 check. They have GM special knights? Yeah, exactly. They've just beaten the system. Now if he goes here, I can check, king back. I check, take, win. Can I play a scotch next game? Of course. Next game I get white, we'll try a scotch. Exactly. The Bishop Parry emotes. Those are great emotes, by the way. I those are very, very good emotes. I usually play Caro. I'm really good at the exchange, okay at advance, and pretty bad at classic theoretical variation in which white castles queenside. So do you castle queenside or kingside, YK? Because I castle queenside, but I know a lot of people castle kingside. Pieces for title players get extra boost. Yeah, but like why? What do they know that everyone else doesn't know? And you can physically see the game. It's not like there's something mysterious about the game. Like you can see the moves that happen in the game. So why did they work? Is basically the question that you have to answer. All right, let's go here. Maybe I should have stayed on the D file because then maybe knight b4 came with a little bit of extra oomph. You hate sharp stuff. Okay. Then castling queenside is definitely the move. Um yeah, it's a lot of theory unfortunately. That's the one line in the Caro-Kann. What do I think of the French? I'm not the biggest French fan. Um Apologies if you play the French in chat, but like I don't know why you'd want to suffer. Like it just doesn't seem like a fun opening to me. And I play the Caro-Kann, so like I enjoy suffering in moderation, I guess. But the French is just like the French, the Benoni. There's a few of these openings that I don't really understand too well. But I assume if you know theory, it's fine. Um, okay, let's check and take and then fork these two pieces. It's just a cool move. Oh, am I mating? I'm very close to mating. Now if he goes king here, then I take, and then this fork actually comes even better. In the other line that I was saying with king here, take, king c6, he has bishop g1, and then I have to still calculate. But this seems pretty winning. Too many subtle nuances that I cannot understand. Yeah, but you can see the nuances though. That's the thing. It's not like a bunch of engine prep and we can't figure out why they made the moves that they made. Like you can play through the rest of the game and try and figure out like why did they play the pieces the way that they played it? Like why did they not do what I would have done? And that I think is something that not many people do. You literally get free coaching from just the games that have already been played. I thought I saw a mate. Maybe. I didn't see one, but there very well could have been a mate. I'm very much prioritizing talking to chat to playing like objectively the best moves. Let's go here. Then I'll take the pawn, or I'll take the knight. GG, yo. Probably. Okay, we go again. Random challenge. Alright, I probably have time for like another 5 or 10 more, and then we'll switch channels, and then we'll do it again. We'll keep going. Alright, we can show the Caro-Kann, and then the next white game I'll play the Scotch. But the French is extremely dry though. Like the exchange French in particular, I find that most people cannot get an advantage, even extremely strong players. They just struggle to get an advantage with black in the exchange French. As you get higher and higher rated, you realize that your opponents also study, and that's where the problems arise. Is they'll memorize like 30 moves of theory, let's say, and you'll also have your 30 moves of theory. And by the time you leave book, the game's already over. Um, but yeah. Okay, let's play bishop g6. Let's support this. If g5 will jump in, something like that, we should be in good shape. He's attacking this, which is very mean of him. He also wants to go g5. So I'll start with bishop d6. If he goes g5, I'll take this. Just to buy me a second. Ooh, this could be problematic. That could be very problematic. Lower players are... Ah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think nowadays lower rated players are exclusively studying like the Stafford. And if it's not a Stafford, they just don't know what to do. But yeah, I found that through my experience, at least, the Caro-Kann is not something that people put a lot of time and effort into from the white side. And so I often get very pleasant positions. Like I'm not struggling to equalize or anything. Um, which against higher rated players, it's very difficult. Like if you're gonna play some mainline Nydorf stuff, even the likes of like MVL have gotten completely destroyed. Um, like Geary prepped some line against him and obliterated him, and it just is something that happens because you have to know every move precisely. And in the Caro-Kann, you don't really have to know every move precisely. My experience already players are not prepping the Stafford. Dang, okay. Yep, wow. Why would you want to play the exchange French as white? I don't know. I have no idea. But just on the off chance that someone does, it's like you just get a boring, painful position. So why even allow that opportunity to happen? That's why I don't play the French. Also because I think the Caro-Kann is pretty good. How do you play evenish or drawish positions? So something that I don't do very well, but I know a lot of like super strong players do really well, is they try to like forecast into the final positions. So be like, hey, instead of thinking about this one move, so like pretend queens were off the board, okay, chat? Like just pretend we didn't have queens and this bishop moves or something. I'd be trying to think like, hey, what would I want to trade off? Like, would I want to trade off this knight for this knight? Would I want to trade off this knight for this bishop? Would I want to trade off these two things? Like, you try and forecast like which endgames will be favorable for you, and usually that comes down to pawn structure. And pawn structure is not something that people study until they're like my elo. Like until you hit like 2100 elo, most people aren't sitting here studying pawn structures. Um, but that's ultimately what happens is you try and create small structural weaknesses and then trade off the appropriate pieces in order to take advantage of those weaknesses. It's very difficult though, especially against title players because that's something they're going to be doing as well. So like here, this bishop is going to have a hard time, and I like my bishop because it's putting pressure on d4, but I'll still take an exchange because it's material. Like I said, I love material. Exchange French can be good if you prefer dry positions in which. Yeah, exactly, casual player. That might be the appeal. Like, I play the Exchange Slav, and it's not objectively the best opening, but it avoids a lot of Botvinnik or anti-Moran um, theory that I once knew. Back in the day, I knew so much Botvinnik theory. Um, yeah, I haven't studied it in like 10 years, but at some point in time it was here. Let's go rook c8, defend my queen, stop this from being a pin. Queen a5 was an interesting move though, because it stops the movement of one of my pieces. And when you're down a like material, you want to try and increase complication. Because I'm up material, I want to try and trade, not necessarily like one for one. I want to try and trade to simplify. So if that means trading like giving the exchange back at the right time, that's fine. Things like that. What do I think about Petrov? I think the Petrov is a very solid opening as well. I think the way that you come up with an opening though that you should play is not necessarily like what is in fashion or things like that. I think you're better off picking openings that fit your playstyle. So if you're super sharp, like let's say you're an e4 player and you play like the Benko or something, okay, you should not be playing the Petrov, right? Like you could play the Petrov and you'd probably do perfectly fine, but you might be better off playing something more in your style of chess. So I do think the Petrov is a great opening. I don't know if it's for everyone. Because there are plenty of like super strong players who play something that's like the Benko, for example. And I struggle to play against the Benko. Like how do you understand what's your playstyle? That's where looking into your games helps. So try and look over your games and be like, hey, did I win the games where all of my pieces were hanging? Or did I win the games where I was just slowly making progress and then my opponent hung a piece or something? Or I was slowly making progress and then my opponent made one weakness and then I won the game. Like, what caused the good results and then also what caused the bad results? So try and like analyze your own games and figure out like, hey, do I struggle playing against like Caro-Kann type players, or do I struggle playing against like dragon type players? And once you answer that, then you can kind of like build a repertoire. So if you struggle playing against Caro-Kann type players, you should play sharp stuff against the Caro. You should play like the fantasy, or you should play like the Grand Prix or something against the Sicilian, like something where you play to your strengths, which would probably calculation. So the goal behind chess is that everyone has the same pieces, right? But you've got to try and make those pieces go into a position where you're more comfortable than your opponent is. Like you don't want to go into a position where even if objectively it's zeros, you don't like the position. how to study middle game theory. So to study middle game theory, there are plenty of books that exist. Um, so for example, you can, I guess, studying books, tactics, puzzle, like your own games, making sure all of your pieces are with a plan. I think the thing that people struggle with most of the time is not really. So one move blunders are between like a new player and like 1500. Okay, chat. So up till 1500, if you're able to weed out the one move blunders from your system, you're very happy. And what I mean by one move blunders are like this move right here. So in this position, rook takes a3 is a one move blunder. Like black just has to see one thing and can simply take advantage of this move. It's not like some complicated sequence where, for example, in this position where he goes bishop a4, if I had gone knight takes a4, he could have gone queen takes, 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 and then I have to re-win that game. That's another example of those like single move tactical mistakes. So if you're able to weed those out, you can get up to like a certain level. And then once you're done with that, then you've got to start figuring out how to come up with plans. So in these type of positions, which are very like boring, you have to be able to come up with a plan. Like, what am I doing here with black? How do I even? Yeah. I mean, they happen to me all the time too. I'm just saying, if you're able to weed them out, like if you're able to lower the frequency, then it'll really help you scale because you can actually like improve in chess. You're not limited to like making 20 moves and then all of a sudden being like, oh no, now's my time to give away a piece. That's what I mean. Like it'll help you come up with a plan. And then the next step is coming up with a plan. So in these type of like rock solid positions, you have to figure out like, oh, are my pawns indicating that I should be attacking on the queen side? Should I be attacking with pawns? Should I be attacking with pieces? Are there any weaknesses in my opponent's position that I want to try and take advantage of? And then as you play more and more games, those plans will even come to you faster because you'll play the same type of position over and over again, and like they'll start coming to you faster. Have I ever played Alireza? I've played him once, um, in a Lichess titled arena. I was on fire, chat. I won like 7 games in a row or something. I was like having the best tournament ever. It was back. So right now my bullet rating is like 2500. Um, because of that titled arena, it had gone all the way up to like 2570 or something, and I was just doing super well. And then I got paired up against Alireza, and he berserked, and he beat me using like 10 seconds on his clock, and then morale was just out the window. Like there's few faster ways to tilt than when your opponent is playing a 1 minute game, gives up half their time, and then still doesn't even use half of their remaining time. Like that's just like, oh no, what am I doing here? type moment. But he completely owned me. I can go 94 now, but no, I've never played him over the board. I think the strongest player I've played over the board is probably Jeffrey Zhang. Am I better than Eric Rosen? No. Have you? Do you see the 2 letters in front of my name, chat? It says NM right here. Um, Eric says I am, and I am is considerably better. Do I still think I could give him a run for his money? Yes, but is it? It probably won't even be close. Let's take on h3. And he's a so like to put into perspective, I'm 2300 USCF and he's 2500 USCF. So he's like head and shoulders above me, unfortunately, or fortunately. Um, Rook D1, I probably won't take it. This is one of those cases where like rook and rook is better, or like queen might be better than 2 rooks. I don't know. And M is like noob master, and I am is intermediate master. Yeah, I guess, but if I'm noob master and I have not lost a game today, chat, then y'all are struggling. Thank you, Big Rose. Like if I'm noob master and I've won every single challenge we've played today, then eesh. But of course, no. Eric is a very strong player, and once you guys start playing against like IMs and GMs and stuff, you'll realize that like they play a different chess. Like I like to try and emulate that style of chess, but it's impossible, really. Like every single move has intention. That's what I always tell people who drop by my chat or something. Like one bit of advice, try to make sure that when you go back to your um, game later on, you don't look at a move and be like, "Hey, why did I do that?" Right? You never want to be in that situation where you're like, "Oh no, um, why did I play this move?" You want to be able to justify your decision making. So it's like, why did I play bishop e5? I'm attacking a pinned piece. Makes sense. Yeah, I am his international master. Thoughts on Danya? What does that mean? What do you mean thoughts on Danya? Like, what does that mean? Oh no, my move. Indeed. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. Yeah, I know who Danya is, but what do you mean thoughts on him? He's an extremely, extremely strong player. Yeah, I know who Naroditsky is, of course. Come on, chat. I'm not that bad. Can we take? I can take. Then if we trade, oh, okay, he's not going to trade. So let me stop f7 from being a problem. If he checks, maybe I'll block with the queen. Okay, now I won't block with the queen. Um, he's also like one of the fastest players in the world. Like him, Penguin. There's a bunch of these players who like their speed is just next level. Like I don't understand how you can move your mouse that fast, much less like make coherent chess moves. Like I'm incapable of just like if you told me to just like do this over and over again, my hand would get tired before the game ends. I don't understand how they can make moves. Doesn't make sense to me. Let's go rook e4, rook h4 or something. GG. Go next. I think I've got time for like one more game, and then we'll head over to my channel and then continue. Guess when you become IM, you're gonna think that not every IM move is with purpose. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing though, Max. As you keep playing more and more, you'll realize that there's always gonna be someone better than you. And if you're Magnus, you have to turn to like Alpha Zero or something. But there's still someone you can learn from. You can be like, hey, in these type of positions, I struggle. So, like, you can just go into the database, find someone, and be like, hey, is this, how do I play this? And then just follow their moves. Touchscreen, maybe? No, no, no. This is all mouse speed, Blue Jays. It's all mouse speed. I don't get how they do it, though. I guess I'm too much of a boomer. I grew up playing PlayStation games and not PC games. In fact, I've only had a PC for like 2 weeks, chat. So I've only been able to stream in like decent quality for the last 2 weeks. So yeah, for anyone who is here from before that, you guys are all legends. For anyone new, you guys are also legends. But I grew up playing like FIFA and things like that. Yeah, there was a hanging pawn on e5. I like king safety in lieu of doing that immediately. But I do think because I was already up a pawn, I didn't mind. Um, no, I wasn't up a pawn. It was equal. I'm just dumb. What do I do against a Tal variation? You play h5 and hope they don't know theory. So h4, h5, and there's a really nice line with queen a5 check, queen a6, or queen b6, queen a6. Um, and both of those lines are my recommendation against the Tal. Like somehow you got to get the queens off the board, and then take advantage of the fact that white has completely overextended. Um, on like the e5 pawn is a weakness. The h4 pawn could also be a potential weakness in the future. But if you get queens off, then you don't have to worry about like the mating attacks, which is good. I'm not gonna bore you with chess questions. What's my favorite football club? My favorite football club is Liverpool. There's a jersey behind me from Felipe Coutinho's stint at the club. I hung a piece. Oh well. You can't play it this way though. He had to take immediately because now I have intermezzo. Check. But yeah, my favorite football club is Liverpool. Why? What about you, Max? Who do you support? Yeah, I know YK's been YNWing for the entire stream. I appreciate it. Oh, rip. Unlucky. Wait, it really got mad at you for caps? Unlucky, mate. But yeah, one of your biggest rivals? I mean, we've only really got two rivals. Okay, Man City aren't a rival. Maybe they are right now, but like Everton and um Man United are the only like rivals. What do I think about Big Shaq? I think he's cool. I wish he played better. I also wish he played more. Can I go here? And if take, I no, maybe. Sure, let's do it. I'm sorry, Mr. Nightbot. Yeah, Nightbot gets mad, but it's fine though. Also, what's up, Alejandro? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. This might be the last game for now, but shoot, I was supposed to. Do I take here? Can I take here? Mama Jarov kind of gets screwed on tourney invites. Really? Dude, I love that Big Shaq as well. Shakir Marmajarov is one of my favorite players growing up because he used to play like such chaos, right? Like everyone else would be playing um composed chess, but he would just put absolute chaos in there. Okay, after this game, we can take a journey to my chat and then we'll continue with the games. But I've got 20 more challenges. I intend to go through all of them, chat. I'm not leaving anytime soon. Can I take? Sure. Let's try it. What's up, John Mac? How are you doing? I hope you had a good day. Um, okay, let's take with the knight and then take with the bishop. How do we follow you afterwards? Don't worry, we'll automatically switch to the other channel. And then we'll get to see like then you guys can follow me there and things like that. And I much appreciate anyone who did follow me during the stream. I have no notifications on, so I don't know, but I hope you guys had a good time because I've had a blast. I mean, I still will keep going though, so it's not had might be the wrong word. I'm still having a blast. English. This year Liverpool's Champions League play was a joke, but I can be proud of City. Yeah. Oh, you can't be proud of City because they lost to Chelsea. Well, it was because VVD went out so early into the season, right? That it's very difficult to imagine us doing well. I appreciate all the follows, the chat. You guys are all awesome. I've been trying to stream more consistently, and I've seen a lot of support for it. So I'll keep at it. Um, all right, here. Oh, he goes to G3. Interesting. So I'll go Bishop D6, contest the diagonal. Yeah, the Champions League final was somewhat interesting, actually. I didn't watch last year's Champions League final because I don't really care for Bayern or who did they play? PSG, right? Yeah, I didn't care for either Bayern or PSG, but this year's Champions League final, at least they were two English clubs. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll watch. If we can trade queens, I'm very happy. If we don't trade queens, I might just try and mate you. GG's. Okay, so what am I supposed to do here? No joke. Is it just this and this? Then it should work. But thank you guys so much for hanging out all this time. And we go again. I still got 20 challenges. I'm going through all of them, chat. So this should. I just press raid now, right? I think. I hope. But either way, take care. No joke. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I hope chat enjoy it. But hopefully they will keep enjoying. Alright. I hope this worked. If this worked, that's awesome. Let's go. I think it worked. Okay. GG's. Go next. All right, I've still got 17 challenges. We'll keep at it. I told you guys, I'm going to play every single one of you before this night is done. It worked. Let's go. Um we've still got 20 games. I'm going to be here for another hour or two. But